driving the highways. As all of us know, at times it can be frustrating. Our lives in our hands every time we take the wheel, as long as we're armed with a few simple and sensible rules of the road. The modern limited-access highway is without a doubt one of mankind's most outstanding engineering achievements, a model of simplicity, efficiency, and safety. In fact, over the past 50 years, the development of high-speed freeways and expressways has contributed to a steady decline in the per capita death toll from auto accidents. But though it's true that today's highways have made driving safer than ever before, with better roads and faster cars, when accidents do occur, the consequences can be serious.
Accidents? I drive this route every day, and I see a lot of them.
I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah, it can happen. I've seen it happen. You're cruising along, and then up ahead somebody loses control or hits the brakes too hard, and then whammo!
While some people think that driving the highways is a reckless roll of the dice, the truth is there's a lot you can do to stack the odds in your favor. In fact, highway survival really comes down to a few common sense skills, safe driving tactics that most of us know, but that all of us tend to forget or ignore.
Let's see, Mountain, Verdugo, Mulholland. That's the one.
For a start, it's a good idea to know where you're going and where you're going to exit before you get on the road.
It's the only way. You'd have to be suicidal to pull out a map in the middle of traffic like this. Look, I'm a salesman, right? Sometimes it seems like I live on the freeways. I'll give you a hint. What I do is before I start out, I make a mental note of where I've got to get off and the names of the last few exits before the one I want. That way, no matter how heavy the traffic is, I can get over to the exit lane.
Okay, that's skill number one. Plan ahead. Pick your exit before you get on the road. The next survival tactic isn't quite so obvious.
Look at this. I'm going 50 and everybody's passing me at 60 and 65. Don't they know the limit is 55?
Not all of us realize that the driver who moves too slowly, forcing other drivers to pass, can be as much of a highway hazard as the driver who goes too fast.
Me a hazard? What about them?
Sure, maybe they're over the limit, but if you're uncomfortable with the speed they're going, try moving to a slower lane.
But they're still passing me.
Let's look at things from up here. See, you're upsetting the whole flow of traffic, forcing cars to bunch up behind you.
So it's my fault?
Well, sometimes to maintain harmony on the highway, you've got to drive a bit faster or slower than you'd prefer to go. Come on, give it a try. There, that's better. As a general rule, don't fight the flow of traffic. Reduce the risk of the kind of conflicts that cause collisions by taking your cue from the cars around you. In short, go with the flow. Which brings us to the business of attitude.
You talking to me? There's nothing wrong with my attitude. But hey, some hotshot like that guy over there cuts me off, and he's going to regret it. Want to see how I handle this? I slide up alongside him like this, see? And then I give him the old squeeze play. So he's got a choice. Either he fades back, or he finds me in his front seat.
Right, friend. It's a matter of life and death. If you want to get there alive, give your ego a rest. Survive the ride. Put your emotions aside and keep a cool head.
Okay. Don't tell me. I know the next one. Watch out for the other guys, right? Because you never know what they're going to do.
Exactly. Watch yourself and the other drivers, because safety depends on all of us. Now take that car up ahead.
The one cutting from lane to lane?
So what do you do in a situation like this?
Me, I ease up a bit until I find out what he's up to. That way, if he causes an accident, I have plenty of time to stop.
That's it. Get the big picture. For safety's sake, constantly monitor what's going on way up ahead, around you, and behind you. Now, how about that guy there? What do you do when somebody's tailgating you?
No problem. See, if I'm driving as fast as I think it's safe to go, I simply pull over and let him go by. I mean, I have nothing to prove. Let him risk his life if he wants to.
Look, I don't know about everybody else, but when it comes to driving, I'm a real pro. See, when I'm at the wheel, I'm in control. Come on, honey, move it, move it. Want to know what the real problem is? It's people who don't know how to drive.
Before you point the finger at the other guy, there's something important that you're forgetting. It's called the 2-second minimum.
How's that?
The point is that no matter how good a driver you are, nobody can stop on a dime. The way cars and people are made, regardless of how fast or slow you're going, to safely stop, you need at least a 2-second interval between your car and the car ahead. That gives you 1 second to recognize the problem and 1 second to react. Now let's see what happens if the driver of that car in front of you suddenly hits her brakes. 1,001, 1,002. Too late. But fortunately, that was only a test. Now, let's try it again. The idea, you see, is to leave at least a 2-second cushion of space between your car and the car ahead. Think of it as insurance, if you wish. The minimum margin of safety you need to safely stop at any speed. Now, here's how to check if your cushion of space is wide enough. Pick out a fixed object along the road, like a sign up ahead. Then, when the driver in front of you passes the mark you chose, start counting 1,001, 1,002. If you reach the mark before you finish counting, then you're following too close. In that case, back off until you've left yourself at least 2 seconds of safety space in case you have to stop. There you go. The 2-second minimum. Of course, at night or in bad weather, it's necessary to be even more cautious. Rain and ice reduce the friction between the tires and the surface of the road, and visibility may be drastically diminished. These factors together mean that you'll need more time and space to stop. Instead of a 2-second cushion of space, you may need 3 or even 4. So at night or in bad weather, use extra caution. Widen your margin of safety.
Really, Sharon, sometimes I wonder, is it me or is it her?
The truth of it is that many accidents occur simply because modern cars and highways